Another thing stood out to me is I met one of your heroes, a nice fellow named David. David, who organized all the rallies there. David Lindsay. And so I'm looking again, like here's a guy who has put everything and worked his butt off to protect human life for 4 years. And to protect human life against crimes against humanity being orchestrated in your province by the politicians. And I think you should know their names and faces. I don't have them. But keep in mind, governments don't do things. People in governments do things, and they got to wear it. So here's a man who's been fighting so hard to defend human life, to protect scientific truth. I mean, this guy's very smart. He could have just went off somewhere and made all kinds of money doing something meaningless, like, you know. And as I understand it, somebody gets in front of his way, and when he bumps into them, they say, assault. And they've found him guilty. And they're gonna have the sentencing hearing this Wednesday. And the Crown prosecutor doing this, also recently, there was a fellow, as I understand it, who followed a young woman into a parking lot and beat the hell out of her. I'm a trauma doctor. I find that offensive. I like stitching up people's faces, but I find it offensive when other people damage their faces. So imagine a guy who literally pummeled a girl in a parking lot. Pow, 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 pow. Cuts badly hurt. The prosecutor said, all we're asking for is a year. Like the Crown was taking it easy on him. And here you have a man who has defended your province against mass murder and crimes against humanity and violations of your right and stealing your assets and stealing your homes. And they want to put him in jail. And I would highly recommend you all rally around him. And I can think of one way you could do something right quick, but you'd want to do it soon, which is to put that Crown prosecutor and that judge on notice. Somebody get a paper to them and witness it and serve it to them and say this, put it in your words, but there's lots of examples. You've got experts in this room know more about this than I do. And say, you're on notice. And if you keep this up, when we get to your criminal trial, we're going to have the evidence that we put you on notice. That's important.